Hey everybody, it is Thursday night and it is raining here in the great state of Louisiana. Yes, that is where the SimplySuperDave broadcasts live from. Well, not live. We haven't done that yet. But that is a game plan. We do want to try doing the live broadcast. But it is raining here tonight and kind of need it. But it is a nice 60 to 65 degrees. So it's pretty warm. Actually, it might be a little warmer than that. But it was just like 20 degrees like 2 days ago. 9 degrees last week. Louisiana for you. Gotta love it. Anyway, it's a night episode. Thursday night. A little thirsty Thursday. So it is raining. So how appropriate is that, really? Plants look like they kind of need it after that frosty week they had last week. Dried them out. This morning we talked about some controversial topics. A little bit of history. A little backtracking. Kind of look at the motives of some of the things that might have happened in history to make you think about it a little bit. Were they accidents? Were they things that actually happened and just taken advantage of? I think I made my case on a few of those, but all be seen. It seems like government always fucks things up. The only time government doesn't have control is when people are really united about things. And what I'm asking people to be united about isn't over any topics whatsoever, really. I need people to be united in standing up against their government. Saying, hey, what the hell are you doing here? This is not what I pay my taxes for. No, I do not agree with doing this. Oh, but we're going to do it anyway. Politicians standing up on the podium condemning half of America because they're not on their side. It's really kind of half and half. It's really crazy. They got you at the teetering point over any little topic. And don't get me wrong, they're all legit topics. There ain't a topic that you can bring up and go, well, this ain't important. No, it's important. It'd be great if the whole world, but we can't do everything all at once, Kind of got to go after it, knock it out a little bit at a time. And like I said, you're not going to get rid of it all. So at some point, it's going to teeter off. But if you can get it to a controllable point and something that's in the mainstay thinking of people, then it works. Right now, we're so divided, it's insane. But are we really divided? I think I've been making my point on this week. Everything that you see that's flashed in front of you, the stuff that comes up on your feed because of things you talk about, it's so mind-boggling on how everything is projected to you based on your conversation. And depending what's being thrown at you, depends on what kind of narrative you fall on. They do say your AI from your phone, your phone knows you better than you do. It's because it's listening. That's all it does, is listen. It's got to be the most educated thing in the world, right? So, with that being said, think about everything that's projected. How they control your thinking by just making you think about certain options and certain things, certain topics that they want you to talk about. Argue about, really. That's what they like to do, is poke the fire, keep it warm, keep it going. Racism, great topic. That keeps people separated all the time. We don't ever celebrate how far we've come, but we're quick to point out the small infractions that get caught on video and then spread across the nation as it happens in every corner. And it don't. And that's what's crazy. Like right now, like I said, I'm always on the move. I am in town right now, sitting at a gas station in the middle of, it's an active part of town. Let's just put it that way. And I could be upset about that. But, I enjoy these moments to a degree because I see how real people on the street, because half of the people that come to the store don't drive in on a vehicle. Of course, the rain's kind of keeping them in tonight. But, and that lightning does it. Little thunder. But half of the traffic comes in on foot. A lot of neighborhoods around here. A lot of action around here. Not the greatest of neighborhoods, but historically well-known neighborhoods. The heart of the city, actually, and what keeps it kind of going. Somehow the grind continues at a level no matter what your pay grade is. Higher the stakes, the higher the grind sometimes, right? It's never easy. All these guys making money, you just don't realize how much time they invest in it and how much of themselves they lose in it. And I get that. I think about that all the time. Like I said, I was raised in front of a TV. I've always wanted to question things. So when I see a movie, I want to know, how did they do that? How did they make that? I fell in love with movie making as a child. But everything went digital. You could make a movie on your phone. There's so much you can really do. And it completely left me behind. And that's okay. That's cool. If I could make a movie, I would want to kind of do it the old-fashioned way. And then transfer it all to digital if I had to. But I would still want to make the movie with film. I like film. Film is a cool word. I want to work with it. So one day, maybe that's a possibility. One thing's for sure. These moments make me feel humble to remember that maybe I'm better off because, hey, I'm in a car. At least. I'm at a store. I have money. I can get something. But why am I here? I'm waiting on my weekly pay for the week. My boss does a job too, but his job runs late in the evenings. So I have to meet up with him. He gets off work. And this is what time he gets off work. Hard-working son of a bitch right there. I have a lot of respect for him. We do have our issues. But as true bros, we always work it out somehow. And like I said, I like being humble. And it takes things you go through to humble you. People think that it's hard times or lady luck is against them or whatever. It's really just about how you handle it. You know, I've gotten to a point where if you look at some of the best comedies ever, Liar Liar is a perfect example of a day going completely wrong for somebody, even though it all comes out right in the end, whatever. But talk about a day, you know, what he went through. But it was hysterical for us. So other people's pain can be quite humorous. It always depends on what perspective you're looking at it, if you're involved in it, of course, or not. If you're just watching a video, someone slip and fall down their porch, you find it hilarious. For them, that changed their lives forever. They'll never be able to take a shit properly without their back aching, probably. And that's just horrible. But at the same time, you know, it didn't happen to you. You don't know who they are. And it was a good little 5-second clip on TikTok. So that's where we are as a society. Short attention spans is why I try to keep these episodes kind of short, but they took my time limit away from 15 minutes to 45, I think. But I am not pushing that. I am going to try to keep it at 30 minutes the longest. I don't want to kill you people. 15 minutes if I can, because I like to keep it kind of short and simple. So tonight, what is the topic? What are we talking about tonight? Besides gas prices jumping up 30 cents in one fucking day. What's that about? What's that about? Oh, that's right. The holidays are over. The election's over. Time to get it back up to $3. I'm telling you, folks, $3 is the norm. They're gonna play with you down to $2.50 to make you feel special, but $3 is what it's always gonna hover at. They had to push it at $4, so you'll be thankful for $3. But $3 will be the new norm, and that is just too much for a gallon of gas. I think it should be $2.50 as a fair compromise. $5 for 2 gallons of gas. I am okay with that. I'm not happy with it, but I would be okay with that. That's compromise. That's working it out. Let's just be a little honest. Quit fluctuating with it and fucking our lives up there, oil companies. I don't appreciate it. And quit blaming the war on Ukraine. You were doing it before it even started. So that shit just don't fly with me. You know, I can say there's some effect from it, but you're so damn independent and breaking out from the strategic reserve and all that. You're driving me crazy with your reasonings. It's insane. But at the same time, what presidency ever faced anything straight on? I think a bullet to the head is a lesson to those presidents that defy the narrative that the government is trying to push. When a president gets in power and he feels all people empowered, which is pretty fucking good, the government's like, whoa there. What you doing there? Well, I'm making the people happy. I'm doing what they want to do. Oh, that ain't how we roll here. We keep them on a string. You know, if they're on assistance, we want to make sure they just make enough to spend all their money back into what we need them to. Control everything. That's not freedom. That's not what I'm going to talk about tonight. Dude, you talk about that, probably kill you in a week. Whatever, I'm the president. Ha ha. And that's the JFK story. Poor Marylyn Monroe. That was a collateral damage, really. But, you know, you have to know that if you mess with a snake, you get bit. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, you knew what you were getting into there, Marylyn. You did. I mean, you were married to Joe DiMaggio. You should have stuck with that. I think that would have been a good idea there. Anyway, by the way, I'm a huge Yankees fan. I don't know if that's going to ruin the podcast for you or not. I'll try to not talk about sports too much. But, yes, so I love Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. Certainly one of my favorite all-time Yankees. But when it comes to my all-time favorites, it would have to be from my generational time. So I can't say that Mickey Mantle is my favorite Yankee of all time because I never watched Mickey play. I did watch him a lot in Home Run Derby on ESPN Classic back in the day with Willie Mays and so many other. Was it Duke Snyder? Wasn't Duke Snyder. What was that dude's name? Duke Ellington? Maybe. No, that ain't right. Anyway, so many great players from back in the day, really, though. For me, just a quick Yankee thing here. Jeter, obviously, at shortstop. I would definitely... Don Mattingly is the reason why I am a Yankee fan. He's first base, obviously. Aaron Judge, cement in history as we speak. Definitely don't want to miss that. He's my outfielder of choice. Catcher, Jorge Posada. Oh, my God. Love Jorge. Tino Martinez is a great first baseman. Texeira was a great first baseman. But Don Mattingly is the one I would take any day over the week and twice on Sunday. Let me think here. As far as the DJ LeMahieu is making a good case. It just depends if he stays. I love Rizzo as well. Mariano Rivera, of course. Why not? I mean, he is the ultimate. I mean, the Sandman himself. More people have walked on the moon than gotten hits against him in the playoffs. That is a wild stat. Love baseball. Grew up on it. Was a huge Oakland A's fan when I was a kid, going up into my younger years before I found my pride in the Yankees. But Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire, how could you not love that team? The Bash Brothers. 1988, got their ass kicked by the Dodgers, though, with Kirk Gibson and Tommy Lasorda, with Oral Hershiser pitching. I dislike that guy, but in a respectful... I mean, he always beat everybody. Oral Hershiser was a beast. It is raining hard now for me. As I sit here looking around, I'm pretty sure because he's dragging a trailer, he's not moving too fast in this rain either. Wow, folks, I have to say, right now I'm getting a little hail in my rain. That's not a good sign. That means we got some pretty nifty weather around somewhere. Oh, it dies down. That's even scarier. All right. Spooky little moment there. Still is kind of. I am aware. I am watching my surroundings. Might have to jump out of this vehicle and go run inside the Circle K. Not sure if I trust either spot, to be honest with you. But as I was talking about earlier and onward now, everything, seriously, you got to disconnect from it, folks. You got to realize life is not what it seems to be. And it all depends on your perspective and your own narrative. Don't let it silence you. Don't be afraid to speak. Remember, you're just like me. Most of everybody is. You're nobody. I mean, what do you got to lose? Your freedom to say it? To be expressionate about it? Look, folks, there are going to be some things that are going to be coming our way over the next couple of years. And you're not probably going to like most of it. If you don't like this inflation, that's for sure you're definitely not. Because it's not going to get any better. Not unless we unite. But first, we got to stop fighting with ourselves. Got to stop having the arguments and start having the conversation. There's a difference. When you're arguing, no one's listening. When you're having a conversation, you're both listening. Which means you're both thinking and engaging and making forward progress. When you argue, nobody moves forward. It's a stalemate to the very end. And just a waste of time. So remember, folks, when you go out there, have a conversation. No one's in a position to tell anyone what to do, how to live, and how to be. If you see something you don't like, keep moving. Life is like a marathon. You're going to be surrounded every time you go through a group of people handing you water, cheering you on. But in life, there's going to be people there that are like, you suck. My God, my grandmother can run faster than you. I mean, there's just those people. Now, most of the time, people are automatically programmed that they got to react to that. You don't. You can just keep your stride. Keep running. Don't even stop for supporters. Hear their cheers. Their cheers are to motivate you to keep going. If you stop for a supporter, it defeats the whole point of why they're there. You gotta keep going. So remember, don't let that negativity slow you down or even stop you from going down your path. Most of the time, that'll get you on a different path. So stay on your path. Follow your supporters. They will push you and make you go faster. And you will progress, which is a whole lot better than what we got going for us in Congress. I'm telling you, folks, got to come together. Got to get over everything. All this crazy crap about what keeps us separate or so special that we can't work together and figure things out and just simply respect and love one another. Treat others how you would want to be treated. Now, I think that's one that's been lost as well. Oh, I love the rain. I just hate being in a car. But it is what it is. I'm going to leave you with those thoughts as I endure a little bit of wetness. Waiting for that paycheck to get me through the next week. As always, folks, I'm out here on my grind. You stay on yours. Keep on swimming, which is what it looks like I might be doing. And never give up. Trust me. Don't let your self-doubt make you quit. And I need to hear that myself. Much love and laughter. It's the only thing that can conquer hate and fear. So be a conqueror. Don't be a fucking victim. Thursday out.